Hello and welcome back to the break theme month thing.
It's episode 2 of Marcus's theme month.
Yay. And remember, guys, the theme is, say it with me, child actors who grew up.
I don't know why anyone would be excited. You're 0 for 2 so far.
Oh, you think this is a bad movie, TJ?
Oh, wait, this was a movie?
I mean, we didn't review it yet, so...
This wasn't like a TV show, 3 episodes squished together?
It should have been. It honestly should have been a TV show. I would definitely enjoy this as a TV show. What we're talking about is a 2014 release of Cooties.
What is the genre of this movie?
It's a horror comedy.
Is it? Because I didn't see any horror or comedy in this movie.
No, it's lacking both horror and comedy. It's more like what would you call a drama?
Drama? There's drama in this? Wait,
I mean,
what?
There's some drama-esque elements, but not really. I don't know what genre this is.
I just thought there was a bunch of clowns thinking that they were funny.
Yeah. This movie was directed by Jonathan Milott, Carrie Murnian, screenplay by Leigh Whannell and Ian Brennan. You don't care about starring. It's got stars to the cast, guys.
Do the writers?
Did I? A screenplay. There's no writers on this fucking block.
Isn't the story by...
No, I guess story by Ian Brennan, Leigh Whannell, and Josh C. Waller.
What's really surprising to me is that there are actually writers on this movie, actually. Someone actually wrote this? They didn't just go in there and, wing the whole thing?
This has one of my most hated low-budget movie tropes. And it's like, oh, it stars a writer, guys, because we're writers. We know what we're talking. Like, just stop starring yourself. Stop having Elijah Wood be a shitty writer and supposed to be funny. Stop having his mom break down everything that's wrong with his story, which is wrong with your story. Like, just stop. It's such a cliched bullshit thing that happens in most films. Is
that the cliche?
It's one of the many cliches of this dumb movie.
Oh, that's telling you exactly what's wrong with itself, and that's supposed to excuse it?
Yeah.
Oh.
None of the characters likable. See? We're aware of what we're doing.
You know what?
That
was one of my criticisms.
Yes.
There is not a single likable character in this movie.
Literally, what she says in the beginning, and I saw her doing this, like, well, that's going to be the whole movie. That's going to be a fun 2 hours to watch.
I didn't know that was a trope, so I just kind of...
Nope.
Broke over it because I don't watch these shitty movies.
No, yeah, most low budget films doing movies like this, or sometimes movies like to make fun of themselves and just. There's always a film nerd who knows everything about film and they think it's normal that there's someone like that in every group. It's like, no, it's not how the real world works. No one cares about Tarantino and Spielberg like that besides us nerds. So yeah, it's always got to be a writer struggling. Anyways, yeah, starring Elijah Wood. Like I said, there's a lot of names in this. Elijah Wood, Rainn Wilson, Elijah Wood's a Hobbit from Lord of the Rings. Rainn Wilson is Dwight from Office. Allison Pill is...
Which one was Rainn Wilson?
He's the gym coach guy.
Oh, okay.
Allison Pill is from... I know the face, I know the name. She is in Scott Pilgrim vs. the World.
I recognize the face too, but I think I thought she was someone else. I don't know who I thought she was.
She might be in Arrested Development then if she's in Scott Pilgrim. So she's playing that character. Pretty sure. No, it's not Anne. She's Scott Pilgrim vs. the World. She plays his vegan girlfriend X. That's what that is. Okay. Also starring...
I never saw that movie.
You never saw Scott Pilgrim vs. the World? I think you would probably love or hate that movie. TJ, okay. Also starring Jack McBrayer. He's in 30 Rock. He's the flamboyant one, I guess.
The movie is there to tell you that he's gay, so he's gay. He's the gay one.
Yeah. He's got two gay jokes, I guess. One really bad gay joke in the beginning.
And he admits that he's gay in the movie.
God, this movie's fucking so bad. There's...
The stereotypes in this are shit.
It tries to be edgy and cool, but it's like, this isn't.
It's like,
look at us already bashing before we even review the thing. Look, we're not even through the cast list yet.
Look, we're using the stereotypical stereotypes to, be funny or, because we know what we're doing, but without realizing, look, you're using stereotypical stereotypes.
Yeah, they don't even add anything new to it. They don't even do anything with these people. They don't have heel turns for them or anything. They're just like, hey, this one's gay. This one's a gun night. This one is a pothead. Isn't that funny?
And each one has their one shtick, and that's it.
Yeah, there's one of them I did thoroughly enjoy. His one shtick thing, the weird teacher with the spike in his head. I liked his thing, but even then it was this is tiring.
That he liked to touch nasty things with his hands?
No,
Or
no, there's just the fact that he was weird. I liked that.
Or where he was telling that woman to shut up even though she wasn't talking.
Yeah, it's like, that's funny.
The same joke.
Yeah.
5 times.
Yeah. It got tired. It got tired. Like, you know what? I think it's kind of funny. So yeah,
I didn't laugh once at this movie.
There's also
Not once.
There's also Leigh Whannell. He plays the hippie teacher.
He's the weird teacher.
Okay. Then there is Nasim Hijred. She is the right-wing gun nut, I guess.
Is that what she was?
She is supposed to be like a Trumper, but before Trump was a thing. So
I didn't
guess.
even. I mean, I got at first she was like the button on her thing. And I was
yeah.
I thought she was supposed to be like one of those feminist ones, and then they took a Christian right-wing turn with her.
No, she mentions it when she gets to that. We're saying the whole movie right now. She has the and she says, I have this because apparently Illinois is a blue state, I guess, or whatever. And she says they don't trust people to have guns, so they're going to have a whistle. That's what that was.
Oh, okay. I wasn't paying attention.
Yeah, you're not missing out. Then there's Ian McBrennan. He is the vice principal
who got killed off pretty early.
Yeah, because he's a writer/director for this. He had to be in the movie. Not director. He's the writer/writer for this. Then there's also...
So was Leahy Whannell.
Yeah. And there's Jorge Garcia. He was from Lost, and he plays the stoner bus driver. And there's also a lot of kid actors.
I'll just run through them real quick.
Yeah, thank you.
Sonny Mae Allison, Cooper Roth, Miles Elliott, Armani Jackson, Morgan Lilly, Peter Kwong, Kate Flannery, Matt Jones, Jake Brennan, Mark Christopher Lawrence, Rebecca Marshall, Aiden Lovekin, Laura Stovall, Jarrett Breeze, Angela Bullock, Nikita Ager, Elizabeth Bogush, Bonnie, wow, that's a weird name, Bonnie Yanagisiwa, I guess, yeah, Lauren Katz, Brian Henderson, Tammy Baird, Ashley Ray Miller, Isabella Revel, Sophia Strauss.
Yes, starring all those pretty peoples.
They're just kids. They're all kid actors mostly.
They're not all kids. Some of them are Mrs. and Misters, okay?
Yeah, like the ones that have the links to them are the actors. The ones that don't have links are mostly just kids.
Can't afford. No. It's like some of them, like the moms, like
there's mom and stuff like that.
So it's like a mixed bag of just all the rest of the cast. This movie was released at Sundance. It's weird. This is a Sundance film. January 18th.
Yeah, this feels like
2014.
This feels like a shitty follow up to those crappy. What's his name? I had it on. I just had it. I think the weather guy.
The weather guy.
Not the weather guy. The anchor guy.
Oh, Anchorman.
Yeah, that guy.
Will Ferrell?
Yeah, it feels like a follow-up of a Will Ferrell comedy or something.
And that just felt like a weak sauce comedy. It felt like just like, hey, we're being funny, right?
Yeah,
like,
it feels like
you're
they
not being funny.
ripped off a Will Ferrell comedy.
I would give Will Ferrell some more credit for this movie.
I said ripped off.
I know.
Will Ferrell. Like, that's what they were going for, but they failed at it completely.
Yeah. This movie was fully released in the United States on September 18th, 2015. Has a runtime of 94 minutes. It's an hour 34 for people.
I had an hour 29.
What did I have? I had a long version of this fucking movie. Well, apparently there's like the alternate ending to this. They released maybe...
Did you not what you got? I watched. I had one ending.
There was an end credit sequence. It wasn't really anything.
Oh yeah, I did see that.
Yeah, it's like, this is stupid. And then the movie box office, there's no budget that we could find.
Yeah, we couldn't find a budget.
But it made an astonishing so much money. It made $581,000.
Yeah, I had to look at that number 3 times. Like, is that right?
It feels naked without this extra 3 zeros.
Yeah, it's like ew. This is a movie? Wait, what? I mean, deserved exactly what it got, but...
Wow. So obviously it didn't make the top 200, let alone the rest of the box office. So I'm just going to pick random 2015 box office to talk about, because the top 10, it's interesting.
It came out in 2014.
14?
Cooties is a 2014 American horror comedy film.
Yeah, Sundance 2014, but
yeah, but that's technically it's released.
Fine, I'll do 2014. Look at it. 20 to 11, number 20 is one of my favorite movies, starring Tom Cruise, Edge of Tomorrow.
Never saw it.
Live, Die, Repeat. It's not a bad movie. Then at number 19 is Penguins of Madagascar. At number 18 is Lucy. At number 17, it's the Nolan made movie. It's the Little Lego Movie.
I never saw that either.
It's pretty good. Number 16 is the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles.
Never saw it.
15, Rio 2. Number 14, Godzilla. It's that's not a good one. I liked it when
Never
I
saw
first
it.
saw it, but it's not good. And then 13 is American Sniper, America. At number 12, How to Train Your Dragon 2. At number 11, is Big Hero 6.
Oh yeah, it is in our list.
Thoroughly enjoyable movie. But yeah, that's the box office. That's the behind the scenes. I don't want to talk about this
Do
movie.
you like just enjoy picking bad movies? Because you told me that I'm not allowed to pick bad movies like The Room and stuff because you can't watch them, and yet we watch nothing but bad movies when you make a pick.
No, at least these are cohesive movies. I haven't seen the movie The Room, but I just feel like it's not cohesive enough for me to sit through any kind of enjoyment. At least I got enjoyment out of this movie. Maybe you didn't, and I apologize for that. But I definitely got some kind of enjoyment out of this movie.
Know what my favorite part of this movie was?
The credits when it rolled, it was like,
No.
finally it's over.
When I started the movie and saw it was an hour 29.
Yeah, it's like, okay, sure, it's in and out.
That was
Thank
my
God.
favorite part of the movie.
Side note, I just watched It Too recently.
Okay.
That movie is 3 hours long, TJ.
Well, the original TV freaking adaptation of it was 6.
I know. I remember how boring that was. No horror movie should be more than 2 hours.
Look, it's a Stephen King thing.
I know, but make it a
It's
trilogy
what
at that point.
It's what they do. They honestly, the It movies. I didn't see the new ones, but I did see the original.
Yeah.
I don't think, and like I'm saying this without having seen the newer ones. I don't think it works splitting into the two movies like that. The whole point was cutting back and forth.
Oh, I personally adamantly agree. Because the first one and the newer ones, I've seen the old one too, but the first one and the newer ones is all the kids, and it's fine. Then the second one is majority of adults, but there's a lot of flashbacks. Like, why not just do this the whole time, I guess? But like, because the adult shit's kind of good, but like, it's just 3 hours. So at a certain point, it's like, I get it. It's the same thing drudging along and along. So it's kind of boring now.
Right.
And then we get to the big thing at the end. It's like, I don't care. Just end the movie. So I think going back and forth would have been something, or maybe make it a small TV show.
It was a small TV show. That's how they adapted it.
No, the TV movie was a movie, though.
Yeah, but they released it in like 4 parts. It was like episodes.
How long was those parts then? Like what?
I think it was like an
45?
hour. I think it was an hour a day.
That's so many.
Yeah, but it's like it's a TV show.
Yeah, that's supposed to be fucking shorter. Make it like 30 minutes.
Not the way Stephen King writes. You wouldn't be able to do it all. That same thing with what's it called? The Stand.
Which one's that one?
That's the one where the virus breaks out and kills most of everybody.
Oh, okay, yeah.
Like I think that was. Did they do a movie on that?
I think they made a show out of it. Most of the shit they made shows.
They did do a TV special of it.
Yeah.
But did they do a second TV special of it?
I don't know.
I'm pretty sure.
Real quick, The Stand. The Stand. It is a TV miniseries. It has how many? It has 9 episodes, about an hour each.
What year?
This came out 2021.
Okay, yeah, so that's the new one. There was a 90s one, too.
The Stand TVC miniseries in 1994 has 4 episodes, ranking an hour and a half each. Jesus. Why?
Yeah. Well, the new one was terrible, I heard, and compared. Yeah. Not to say that the 90s miniseries were masterpieces, not at all, but they were still, watchable,
Yeah. Well, I've never been a huge fan of Stephen King visually. Like, I never read his books, but I would assume I would enjoy his books more than watching the shows.
One of the first books I've ever... Actually, the first book I've read that wasn't for school on my own was The Dark Tower by Stephen King.
And I hear that's great.
So, and it's a good series, and that's what really got me into Stephen King.
Yeah.
And like The Stand and It and stuff aren't they're too long to be adapted. But if you go back to like Carrie or Christine or some of those,
exactly, the small like Stand By Me.
Yeah,
that's
Stand
fine.
By Me.
The smaller,
the Green Mile's
stuff.
Actually not horror, which is really good.
The Green Mile's still 3 hours long.
Yeah, that's true.
It's enjoyable, but it's like this is 3 hours long, guys.
Pet Cemetery is really good.
Yeah. I think
those late 70s, early 80s.
Yeah.
And then you get into the 90s and you get stuff like Maximum Overdrive. Which that one is like one of those, it's so bad. I don't like the whole term, it's so bad it's good. But it's like, it's so bad, but there's enjoyment of how bad it is.
Yeah, it's campy enjoyment. My only complaint about that, my biggest complaint about that movie. It's just that I don't like a soundtrack that's all one artist, and it's just AC/DC. It's like, if you don't like AC/DC, you ain't gonna like that soundtrack.
I don't even remember the soundtrack in anything. So.
I remember that one. But that movie is like, it's just a fun, stupid movie.
Yeah, it's just a popcorn movie. You turn your brain off.
Yeah. He even admitted he made that one when he was on some drug. I don't know which one. There's some drugs out there. But yeah, we're not talking about Stephen King, unfortunately. We're talking about Cooties.
Because we don't want to talk about Cooties.
No. Let's jump into this movie with... we start somewhere. We start not in space. We start at a chicken factory.
Yeah, we got a really gross opening.
Yeah, it's like the only gross thing in this whole movie.
I was like, this is gross, the grossest thing in this movie.
Yeah, if you're trying to not become a vegetarian, don't watch this. If you're pro-veganism, watch it and show your friends. Like, hey, guys. And it's just a chicken getting murdered and the process of making it from a chicken to a chicken nuggets.
To be fair, when the movie started and this came on, I was eating chicken and I continued to eat chicken afterwards.
You know what's funny?
What?
So was I. I had a plate of food in my hand, like, great, like, I ain't gonna stop.
I was like, this is gross, but it's not gross enough to kill my appetite.
No. Because you literally eat chickens from getting plucked to becoming sludge to becoming a chicken nugget. And it's like, I've seen worse. Gulp, gulp, gulp. So after the chicken slaughter, we open up at Elijah Wood in his childhood bedroom. He's sleeping there because he's a failed writer. We'll learn later, but it's not important. He wakes up to his mother. This is the part where she says, I read the script. She says it's good, but he's like, tell me, Mom, I want some honest notes. I'm a script writer and blah, blah, blah. I need honest criticism. She just goes through the list. It's like, characters aren't likable. It's boring. I don't know the setting, really. Just all the critiques mostly about this film. Oh, the mother's played by Meredith from The Office, the redheaded lady.
I've never watched The Office. I don't know what you're talking about.
You're not missing out. I'm telling that to the audience now. I don't care about you.
It's like,
I know you know who that is.
He was like, I don't know who that is. What's the other one? The other big one?
Lady in The Office?
No, the other big TV show that's like The Office.
There's Parks and Recs, which I enjoy.
That's the one. Parks and Recs. I've never seen that either.
Oh, it's so good.
It
gets depressing after. I just got really depressed after like the 2016 election. Like, and then watching Parks and Recs was pretty much political. Like, this is not fun to watch anymore.
Oh, yeah. Like, the only one of those shows that I watched was Arrested Development,
and that was good to a point.
Yeah, it was one of those. You know, I just happened to watch an episode and saw it. You know, and then I kind of just went through the series. I wasn't particularly impressed by it though. It wasn't like, oh, I want more of this comedy TV stuff.
No, I really liked it until they kept reviving it. It's like, guys, just stop Netflix.
It was fine.
It was enjoyable.
What I like about those comedies is that they're only half-hour episodes.
Yes.
I can get through 100 of them in a day.
And what's great about those comedies? There's jokes in them that lands.
Yeah.
No,
you should have stopped at there was jokes in them.
No, we're about to get to some jokes. Well, I just said a joke. How the writing's bad, isn't that?
No, that's a criticism. That's
funny?
Not a joke.
It's funny because that's his mom saying that, and she's like,
yeah, no, I don't think that was in the script. I think she was just saying, look, she was like, look, this movie is like this.
She looked at looked into the camera at us and the director, like, listen, this is not a funny script. It's like, listen, lady. So yeah, she says it's boring, no good setting, and she's like, "Where's the inside escape?" So after that, we get to Elijah Woods on his ride to on work, which is he's a substitute teacher. This movie takes place in Illinois.
Fort
I don't know.
Chicken.
I forgot that because they say it all the time.
Takes place in Fort Chicken. Okay.
Yeah, so that's a real place. Apparently, I had to Google that. I was like, "This is a real place. It's a real place."
Oh, okay.
Yeah. It's called Fort Chicken. Also, something not important. So yeah, as Elijah Wood's going on his ride to work, he's talking about book titles. Doesn't matter, who cares?
Oh, you skipped the whole, the chicken. The most important thing about the chicken slaughter.
Oh yeah. The chicken, for some reason, here's another trope too. Yeah, the chicken was tainted, and only one piece of nugget was tainted, and somehow apparently more was tainted, but there's one visible nugget that was tainted, obviously tainted, and somehow it got to some child's plate. And the child ate this obviously tainted nugget. It was like, what? This thing has like green shit all over it, and they're feeding this to a child. Anyways, that's another trope though. Like a lot of zombie infection movies that are low budget usually causes like food. That's weird.
Yeah, and they didn't even get creative with it. Why did the kids get infected? Because they eat chicken nuggets. Because that's what kids eat, chicken nuggets.
Yeah. Then later, what's up?
I was like, go ahead. No, you're right. Go ahead.
Okay, I was gonna say later on that like the more explanations of it, like that's cool, I guess. But then it's like
Wait, there's an explanation for it?
later on, like why do certain people get infected, others don't? It's like
Oh, because it's Cooties.
no, it's because like prepubescent and pubescent
Yeah,
shit.
no, I
Like
know, but like only kids get affected by Cooties. That
yeah,
was
it's
the
like
whole premise of the
yeah,
show. I
but it's
knew
like
exactly what it was happening just by the title of the thing.
yeah. But once they explain that, it's like, well, once you know you're not getting affected, where's this fear at it? Like, I know there's a lot of kids that can attack you, but like,
Yeah, they're gonna eat you alive.
yeah, if I'm not getting affected, I'm not that like the fear factor to me like lessens so much at that point. Like,
I wasn't scared the moment I even heard about it. Like saw the things get happening. It's like
no,
even so, like whether the kid's super strong all of a sudden.
I get. Well, I'm saying as a character in the movie, I wouldn't be afraid at that point.
Oh no,
But yeah, me as a viewer, I was never afraid in this movie.
I mean, the whole thing got broken as soon as that happened because like they tried to do a sacrifice at the end, and it's like, up, he's not dead.
Yeah,
How
it's
can all
like
these kids kill him? It's like,
yeah, it's like why are you doing that? Like, okay. So yeah, we get introduced to our stoner bus guy. Because he's a pothead, guys. Isn't that funny? Ha ha ha.
don't get used to him. He's only in like 4 scenes.
Yeah, but he's a very pivotal point at the end for some reason too.
Well, they need a getaway car.
Yeah, we meet some kids, and these are asshole kids. They're not likable. They're little shit heads. Even the main bad kid is like so unlikable. Like, how are you? Whatever. And we get into school with Elijah Wood, and it's like, hey, there's no cell phones here because hippie shit. And
no, it's not why.
it's hippie shit. If you don't want our kids to have phones, you guys can't have phones.
No,
either.
that's exactly. They show a scene of why they really doesn't want it. They show
because that's one shitty kid. That's why.
No, they show that the vice principal's actually going through all their phones.
Well, that too.
That's why he's taking their phones away. Cause
yeah, but I don't think he was doing it because like ill intent. I mean, obviously, yeah, but like he was doing it because bad writing. I don't think he did it as like a devious thing.
I think he was because if the principal's not there,
yeah,
he's in charge right now. I don't think that's a school rule overall, and only because he's implementing it right now.
No, it could be a school rule overall. Because why would all the teachers give it up for that one guy? I think some teachers, especially that like the gun nut girl, she'd be like, "No, yourself. I'm not giving it out to you." So I think that's just a generic school rule.
As the principal, he sets policy. So
yeah, but she's so like she's preaching to kids about her beliefs. Like I don't think she would like give it up to the guy, especially because they don't. I feel like they don't respect him in the first place.
In real life, this wouldn't happen at all because
obviously
if there's an emergency, you need a fucking cell phone. So they wouldn't do this in real life. But in the stupid context of this movie, that's what I'm saying. That
yeah, stupid context movie. It's just a plot device to have like, hey, you guys don't have your phones because
their excuse is that the hippie guy wants their phones to look through them.
I don't think he wants to look through them. Like he does it because he does it because of writing, but I don't think he wants to devious like my plans look through your phones and be creepy like ha ha ha. Unless he took him to the bathroom, then it'd be like, okay, now he's a creep. But he was doing it in public.
I'm more along the lines he wants to know about the teachers and find out information on them. That's what I was getting out of it.
Nah, I didn't get any of that at all. I think he was just being a snoop at that point because he was bored or whatever the hell. But I don't think he planned on it the night before. Like, I'm gonna take their phones and do shit with them. No, I didn't get either way. It doesn't matter. It does not matter.
Whatever. You're right. It
doesn't matter. I'm not spending more time on this if I don't have to. So the guy takes the phones because plot reasons. Teachers are sick because they get to check on us probably too. Doesn't matter. There's a lame gay joke because we're introduced to teachers at teacher lounge. We get to the gay character like, ha, my partner has furry balls. He's a tennis. Like, ha. Then there's a alarm like we mentioned earlier, and Illinois has gun laws. The gym teacher who's played by Dwight is just a douche who we see that he's actually dating Elijah Wood's love interest, Lucy. And I said love interest in a weird way because they're kind of love-y plot point. And he's just Elijah Wood's about like, I'm a writer. I'll be also introduced to my favorite character, the weird, quirky, I can't speak sentences guy. I don't know what his name is.
I didn't. Did he do that throughout the entire movie? Like missay words, or did that just happen one time in that one part of the joke?
It felt like it happened that one time, but I didn't really pick up on his.
Yeah, because I didn't pick up on him using wrong words.
I just picked up him being socially awkward the whole time. Like he was. Is it autistic or the other one? It must be autistic, right?
I mean,
not that he is, but like he has those kind of mannerisms.
He's on the spectrum, I would guess.
Yeah. because he's reading a book that says how to have a normal conversation, and he says things that are just like,
well, he could also just be plain old psychotic.
yeah. Well, again, his explanation later on is because I had a 6-inch spike driven in his head when he was younger, so I hurt a part of his brain. So
yeah, but
whatever the reason after that is,
that could kill his emotional centers in his brain.
Yeah, which pretty much that's what happened. Yeah.
So clearly making him into a sociopath of some kind.
Yeah. So after we meet the teachers, they go to their classes. Gun nut lady's talking about the church and Bible shit and evolution. I'm sorry, evolution to the kids. And we get the crazy guy talk about body parts or some shit. I don't know. His weekend. I guess he's like a doctor.
I'm sorry, I zoned out because I was so bored of what the movie was going on.
Yeah. No, it's all pointless. We get to Elijah Wood making the kids read his screenplay because that's the character. He's a writer. Get it? He writes his name on the board and it's spelled CUNT. And his name's Clint. Get it? Because it's funny.
I know that he's a substitute teacher, but don't substitute teachers have lesson plans?
You would think so. Like the teacher, there's always like an emergency plan. Like, hey, if I get sick, here's a plan to follow for that.
Don't they have to tell the teachers what they're teaching?
Something.
Or the principals?
Something.
Is there some regulatory things here?
Yep.
Or did he say, I'm going into the class and making the kids read my shitty script to teach them what exactly?
To teach them how to read.
What class is he teaching?
They don't tell you because it's vague. But it's cool because the mother pointed out earlier that these locations are vague sometimes. And it's funny. So as he's doing that, there's Bully. His name's Patriot. The kid's Patriot. His name's Bully because he was born on 9/11. He's gonna. I'm gonna say a slur. I'm sorry. He's gonna kill some when he gets 18. Like, really? You're a piece of shit kid. I can't wait to see you die. He does die eventually. It's great. But it's like this kid. He's got a bully friend. They're picking on a girl who ate a chicken nugget earlier, who's already sick and dying. She's already dead. She's a zombie. So he pulls on her ponytail, taking his scalp off. She attacks him, biting his cheek. And then, so Elijah Wood, the girl runs away to the courtyard.
I'm just going to ask this question now.
Yeah.
Why is it that this bully kid is like a super genius zombie and all the rest of them are kind of not?
Right. Because, know why? Because he was held back, like they said. So he must be a year older. So he's a little bit smarter. And he's the leader. He shouldn't be the leader zombie. I don't know, man. Because he's got to be the main antagonist. Right?
So, all right. So... that doesn't make sense either.
It doesn't.
Because we find out later there's an older girl who goes to this school.
Yeah,
goes through puberty.
You're picking up on this. Yeah.
who went through puberty. And so if he was held back...
Yep.
I mean, I know kids go through puberty at different ages.
But he's looking up on his phone. So he must have somewhat gone through some part of puberty, right?
So you would think. So it doesn't make make sense.
I agree.
He's older, so he would be more smart. The rules in this zombie apocalypse do not make sense.
They do not make sense. At all.
They're inconsistent.
Yes. So after Patriot gets bitten on the face by this main zombie girl, Elijah Wood takes the Patriot to the nurse's office, and the nurse says, take him to the fucking doctor. He's got these stitches. Elijah Wood, he can handle it. Like, no. Call the parents to take him to the fucking hospital.
To be fair, he was a shit, and I'm on Elijah Wood's side, said kind of deserved it.
No, he deserved it. But call the parents, take the kid to the hospital, get him out your sight.
Well, why is he got to do it? He took him to the nurse's office. Isn't that the nurse's job?
Someone's job. Like, no adult in a situation would be like, yeah, you're right. He can sit back down. Like, no, this kid has half his face.
No, he never left the nurse's office.
Oh, he didn't, did he?
No.
He didn't. You're right. Because right after this scene, for some reason, Elijah Wood is with his love interest at a diner.
After he leaves in the middle of class to take him to the nurse's office and then never goes back to class.
Nope, he goes right to lunch.
I guess those kids are not just sitting there waiting for their teacher to return.
They're probably sitting in that room tearing his screenplay apart because it's so shitty.
Probably.
But he's talking to Lucy and trying to flirt with her, and she's liking it because she's a bad person too, even though she's dating this guy. And the guy, Dwight, sees it outside. He's a gym teacher. He's outside in the courtyard playing with the kids, playing basketball by himself, trying to be living
playing basketball by himself. And he's the gym athletics director, and he can't sink a single basket. Isn't that funny? He keeps missing. Isn't it funny? It's funny, right?
And as he's missing, he's distracted by this. There starts to be a zombie attacks with these kids. one kid's going around scratching all these other kids, and these kids are turning into zombies quickly, and they attack one teacher, tearing him apart. And as this is happening, the stoner bus driver sees this. He's like, whoa, radios into the main principal, tells the principal to go outside to help these kids out, stop these kids. He gets torn apart. Cool. And as it's happening, Dwight slowly turns around like, oh no, what the F, kids, don't eat your teachers. He gets attacked, but he tackles through the kids, which I like because he does the arm thing. I was like, ha, he knocked a kid down. I enjoy that, I guess. And this is where chaos happens, and now the teachers are locked in a school and getting chased by kids for the next hour.
Pretty much.
That's pretty much that's the movie. They get chased by kids for an hour. Shit happens.
It's literally a zombie trope movie from here on out.
I don't want to review the rest of it because literally no one dies in this movie.
Yeah, no one dies. It's bad comedy up until this point, and honestly, it's just Elijah Wood and the gym teacher arguing for the next hour.
Not even funny, good arguments. They're not arguing. Elijah Wood's a cunt. The gym teacher's like the most likable guy because like he's the victim, but even he's like kind of douchey, but not really. And then the love interest is like, you're bad too because you encouraged Elijah Wood to do the thing and you're cheating on your boyfriend. Like just do it. Like the other characters there who are the gay guy, the gun nut, and everyone else, they don't do anything in the movie. They don't have anything to offer, and this is like. They go through all their bullshit, getting chased by kids. Eventually, they get their phones back. They get the whole outbreak happens throughout the rest of the world. Other towns get infected. They get attacked. They survive the attacks. They meet a janitor who lives in there because he's Asian and lives in the school. He knows karate because racial stereotypes exist in this world, apparently.
Because everybody's a stereotype.
It's not a smart movie. It's not a smart movie.
It's not a good movie.
No.
It's hardly a movie. It's a comedy sketch.
It's a long comedy sketch.
It sounds like it should have been like a 10-minute sketch on Saturday Night Live or something.
Yes. After because the teachers are there all night, essentially.
And you know what?
Yeah.
Thinking about it, like, when you're coming up with the concept of this, kid zombies and stuff like that, it's not even a good concept. It's like, what are you going to do with that? This is stupid.
I like the concept. I don't think it's dumb, but I don't think it's like the worst concept. Like, if it was executed better, being more horror or more comedy or more both, it's just weak sauce. It's too in the middle.
Honestly, if they took the zombie apocalypse, just first of all, it's only the kids get infected. Guess what? It's not really going to be apocalypse. This would be handled. This would be handled.
Oh, so easily.
But if you took it seriously and tackled it along the line as a serious, dramatic zombie movie, and forcing teachers and kids to kill their children, then it could be something like dealing with the drama of that, and maybe the apocalypse is the fact that now no one can have kids because they turn into zombies.
Yeah, cool.
But even then, it doesn't. It wouldn't even the way this zombie apocalypse works. Once the chicken's out of the way, you just don't have the new kids eat chicken.
Yeah, because they figure out what the problem is, like in the movie. So like, oh, you figure out the problem.
Yeah, so it's like
this is no.
It's like, okay, so you just get rid of the infected kids or find a cure for them or whatever, and then everything's solved.
Yeah.
But like, if you took it more seriously and maybe make not find a cure or make it more vague, it could be a decent dramatic movie.
Mm-hmm.
But once you have the fact that adults can't be affected by it, the concept is just broken.
Yeah, literally, there's like, okay, what's there like an urgency? Oh, we just get attacked, so it's not get attacked. Like if you get bit or scratch, you get a little sick. That's about it. Like that's it. Really? Like, and like I can't emphasize, like no one dies in the movie. Like no like none of the main characters die.
Like, I just don't.
There's a false sacrifice. He comes back. They leave town and somehow they get made up by the guy they left behind.
I just don't know how someone comes up with this concept and like comedy.
Yeah, isn't it funny that teachers have to kill the kids, guys?
Yeah, no,
they do it in a funny way. There's a baseball machine that kills kids a little bit. Ha 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 ha. Well, one teacher's gay and one's a gun nut. It's funny, right?
And they don't even kill anybody until like an hour in.
Exactly. It's like, what the am I watching this for?
This movie sucks.
It does. The whole middle part is kids chase teachers. Then there's the false sacrifice, and they end up in another
Yeah, the
town.
gym teacher supposedly sacrifices himself to letting them get to
His
the
car.
truck.
Yeah, because his truck is the main point because it's a dual wheel, real wheel. But he can't say it because it's a hard word to say, apparently.
And what's the deal with the love interest in this movie? Is she?
It's terrible.
Is she with the gym teacher? Or is she going to be with the writer?
They don't know how to write her. They don't know how to write her. And it's like, is she an independent? Because there's a point she just yells at everybody and says, I'm going to do something heroic. Like, you're still badly written.
When they get to the part where they're escaping, and it seems like Elijah Wood and the gym teacher are like friends now. Or it's like, I'm almost like, why don't you two just be together?
I kind of rather see those two play out, like not as a romantic, but as a duo, instead of this love interest. She's just forced in there to be like
it's like because he sacrificed himself. So he says, "Take care of her," and he's like, "Yeah," and then he shows up like literally 10 minutes later. It's like he saved the day. Now he's got the girl.
Yeah, because he's making up with his girlfriend. Like what? Well, pick a lane, movie. Pick a lane.
Yeah. Anyway, they escape and go to the neighboring town, which is also, in fact, they go ahead.
And this is where they find out that the world's on fire too. And then
I don't know if it was the world. I think it was,
or at least Illinois, the middle of the country.
At least, anywhere the chicken was thing. So I think it's isolated to the States because it's only where the chicken got shipped.
Yeah,
and I don't think the zombie kids are going to get over the oceans, so
unless they're like true zombies, but even that they're not. They're like his kids can play with toys and do weird things, and they can fake people out, so they're not really zombies.
Yeah, I don't know. This is stupid.
Yeah, but at the end,
they end up in a Chuck E. Cheese.
Yeah, and after Chuck E. Cheese,
I don't know if it's
fire.
I don't know if it's a Chuck E. Cheese or not.
It's a Chuck E. Cheese.
It's a giant play. Like there's a play thing they end up going to for reasons. Because, they just happen to go into
the one place kids could be.
Yeah, and now they're around it.
Like, that could have been a cool scene. That could have been a toy store or something. I
actually think that scene where they're surrounded, it, if they would have played the black there and just cut the credits, I'd be like, okay, movie.
Yep. Yeah. Okay, they died. Great. Cool.
I thought that's where it was going. I thought I thought literally let's go. They kill off the gym teacher back there, and now these guys are all trapped in this thing, surrounded by kids. The kids run rampant. Zombie apocalypse world's end. Fine.
No, because the gym teacher shows up and
saves the day. Yeah, it's like what? Why?
You know how he knows where they're at? Because he always knows where his car is. He always knows where his dual wheel vehicle. Like
but his dual real stupid truck is like outside. How does he know they were in this building?
It's outside. I crushed a kid's skull. So like the. This is stupid. This is dumb.
So I mean, I would have gave the movie props. They would actually killed off their characters,
Yeah.
But no, it's like, that whole sacrifice scene was a waste of my time.
Yep. And it would have fine that they would have kept these characters alive if they would have had development and character growth. But like, no, that didn't happen. Like, there's nothing. No one learns anything. They kind of like each other a little bit more because they kind of have to now, but that's about it. And they ride off into the darkness of the night, and
they say they're gonna go somewhere kids don't like to go. Where's that?
Yeah.
Where don't they like to go?
A doctor's office. Where the f*** are you gonna go?
Yeah, seriously. Like you can't bring up the question and not answer it.
Yeah, and that's that. And it rolls credits. Like that's. I was a post-credit scene of the janitor playing with his knife, I guess, or something.
Yeah. Oh, he finishes his poem.
But that's the movie. Like, I'm sorry I couldn't give you a proper review, but like nothing happens in this movie.
This movie is terrible. It's not funny. It's not scary.
Yeah.
It's not even gory. It's like
I'll give it this. There are a few points. Like there's a part where the one of the kids is getting picked up and he pretends to be a kid still, and he gets into his car. There's his mom in the front seat and his baby brother in the back seat, and the kid tears apart his baby brother off screen, but he still tears it apart. You see her baby cries. That was kind of creepy and eerie. And I was like, damn, they did that.
Except the whole scene's ruined because of the stupid mom in the background not paying attention. It's like, look, I'm just a stupid mom. I don't pay attention to my kids.
Yeah, is it funny because I'm a valiant mom who's got an earpiece and always on the phone? Isn't that funny? That my kids are killing each other in the background, but isn't this funny? Like,
look, she deserves to die.
Yeah.
It's like, so why bother showing me the scene? I don't give a crap if she's dead now.
But then there's all the scene where Rainn Wilson kills a kid by bashing his head in with a fire hydrant, and they're all not fire hydrant, a fire extinguisher, and everyone in this room just saw this. They're kind of traumatized in this moment, but after that, they never brings it up again. Like, there's like no PTSD or anything. Like, we just killed
No,
kids.
it goes back to the stupid couple drama.
Yeah, it's like, no, they're killing kids. This should be, like you said, this should be like really like, what are we doing, guys? They should be breaking down right now.
And then there's 2 kids with the adults in this that don't get affected. One's an actual kid. There's 4, because we need a kid that it's not bad a kid could faint, so we can have something to do. And then we need the other kid who's just another plot device to explain why the virus doesn't affect adults.
Which is fine. But, like, do something with these characters. Do something with them.
That's all they're there for. They barely have any lines.
No. Like...
They're just there as background.
It's like, do something with them. You have, like, 10 characters on screen. Do something with them.
No, they're too busy making stupid non-jokes that aren't funny.
Yeah, if you're not gonna, like, it's 2014. I can see this was, like, made in the early 2000s where most of the offensive shit was being said. Like, okay, sure. This is 2014, 2015. This is pretty... It's pretty new shit, guys. Like, this is bad.
I got news for you. Real Drive isn't funny.
Exactly.
It's not funny. And no matter how many times you say it. Just because you can't pronounce a word doesn't make it funny. They end the movie on that.
That's the last joke. I always know my real Roger. I was like, why? This is the last joke you guys are end on. This is the last joke.
No, the caterpillar the butterfly or something like that. That's the end joke. That's the end credit screen. If
you make it past the credits, instead of just leaving the theater wherever you saw this at.
Wait, you would have lasted the entire movie in this?
If I paid tickets for this, I think I would have sat through this like, you know what? Sure, it's not that offensively bad. Because this isn't that offensively bad. It's just bad. I like that the gym teacher eventually becomes like I don't like it actually.
I think I would ask for my money back.
Some money back for you? Yeah. I can see that because it's not a good movie. Like, there's not much to hold this movie up on anything. Like, it's forgettable. It's stupid. It tries.
Does it?
I mean,
what does it try to do? I think it tries to.
Yeah, because like it doesn't try weirdly.
No, it doesn't.
Like I don't know I don't know what they were trying to do. Like, if they were trying to release this, who's it aimed for?
That was my question. Who's this movie for?
It's not for kids because kids can't see this. So then, like, why is it more gore? Why is it more like adult level intelligence to this movie?
What was this movie rated?
R. It's rated R because they say a few times. That's why
it's a very tame R because
it's very tamed. Yeah, it's not good. And I feel bad I picked this. I thought, you guys keep lying to me.
Why? I was about to say, why did you pick this one?
Because I hear these movies are good or somewhat fun if you know what to expect, I guess. And apparently every time I'm let down.
Yeah,
you guys
why do you keep listening to these people?
I have a list that's like 1,000 movies long. Something's got to be good, damn it.
There are good movies on there.
Something's got to be good.
There are good movies on there. You just don't pick them.
Apparently not. I try to pick a theme that will be fun.
I keep telling you to pick certain movies, and you're like, "Nope, I'm not looking at like."
I don't want to. I thought about the movie. The movie you're talking about that I thought about, like, no, I'm gonna hate. I thought to myself, like, I might actually enjoy that movie, but I don't want to admit to TJ I'm gonna like it. So, I'm gonna hate no matter what. Like, I hated this movie. I'm gonna give this movie the Cooties. I give it a 2.5 if I could do half. I'll give it a strong, solid 2 because there are some things in this movie, very little things I do enjoy, to a point where it's like, okay, I wasn't expecting this movie to kind of do that, so that's kind of balls for the movie. Other than that, the movie lacks a lot, so it's a 2 out of 10 for me.
This movie is worse than Batman, Superman, Public Enemies.
I thought you liked that movie.
I did.
So how's it worse than it then? I mean, obviously, of course, we liked it.
You gave that movie a 2. Or you gave that movie a 1, and you're saying
no. I didn't give that a 1. I don't give anything a 1.
You gave that, by the end of it, you gave it a 1.
No, I didn't.
Yes, you did.
I gave it a 2. There's no way I gave that movie a 1.
You were like, by the end of it, you were like, it's a 1. I don't care, it's a 1.
No, it's a 2. There's no way. This movie is worse than that movie. I'm not saying, just to do what this is, 0 then?
That's my whole point. This movie is that bad, and your review of that movie is better than this movie.
That movie is barely better than this movie, but I don't think...
It's still better than this movie.
Yeah, it's better. Definitely better. Excuse me. I didn't give that a 1. There's no way I give that movie a 1. If I did give that movie a 1, I would retroactively give that movie a 2.
I was about to say,
maybe a 3.
You started at a 2. You started at a 2, and you were like, by the end of it, you're like, I don't care, I'm giving it a 1.
I didn't give it a 1. There's no way I gave that movie a 1.
I'm telling you, I remember you. I was like, how are you going to give this movie a worse rated than Wonder Woman?
Because Wonder Woman was bad too.
and you gave Wonder Woman a 2, and you said that I'm giving it a 1.
If I gave that a 1, I feel bad because it's not a 1. It's damn near close. I don't give out 1s.
Something's got to be a 1.
Something does have to be. I don't think. What are you rating this dumb movie?
I don't know. I was at a 2, but then you gave it a 2.
You know what? How about this? I'll give this movie a 3 because I did have some things I enjoyed in this movie. I think the casting was fine. I'll give the casting good, but they had that shit material.
You just admitted that Batman Super movie is better than this, and you gave that a 2.
I gave it a 2. Which one did I give it, TJ? A 1 or a 2?
Well, regardless, if you give this a 3, then those numbers are wrong. If that movie's better than this, then that number is wrong.
I don't think the number's wrong because it also depends on in the mood I watched it in. And if I was in a pissy mood and I rated something a pissy grade, that's what it is.
It's fair too.
Yeah, it's all about the moment I watched this thing. Like I feel pretty good right now. Granted, I'll take that back. I'll give this a 2 just because I did take a 5-minute nap between this movie because it was forward as out of my mind. Like I said off mic, I woke back up like shit. What did I miss? I heard her whine a little bit and I missed nothing. Like of course I missed nothing.
But if this isn't a 1, what is?
I don't know, TJ. I don't know what a 1 is till I see a 1. Because I'm being honest. There's some things I enjoyed about this movie. I think a 1 Assassin's Creed movie was a 1 because I actually walked out of the theater and I paid money to see that movie. Okay. That's a 1. Something I'm not going to finish. I actually finished this. I was like, it's bad and it's dumb, but I had some enjoyment out of this.
Here's my question.
Yeah.
If you didn't have to review this, would you have finished it?
I would have. Yes, I would have. I genuinely would have.
See, I can't do that same thing that you do. If I'm not going to finish it, I'm not going to do it because even if it's the worst thing in the world, I'll finish it because I have to finish it.
No, there's a lot of movies I turn off. Like I'm not going to waste my time.
Like no, if I start something, that's why I don't watch a lot of movies because if I start something, I'm going to finish it.
I respect that. Like this is a movie. It's very low quality, not quality, but this is a very low budget movie. So like, if I saw someone else watching this and I wasn't invested, I would have walked out. But if I turned this movie on, I had just enough investment. Like, you know what? Let me see how this ends.
All right, I'm going to end up at a 2 because you keep proving that there's movies that are really, really bad, and I'm sure you'll find me a 1 that's a 1.
Maybe not the next pick. I don't think that's going to be 1, but I think the pick after the next one, I think that could be really upsetting for us. I'm like, damn. If that's the case, I'm going to stop picking movies. So I was like, shit. Whatever, I tried.
Just pick the movies that I tell you to pick.
No, you pick those damn movies.
I'm telling you which ones are good and which ones aren't, and you're like, nope, they're not good. I can't pick those movies.
They're not good. You've already. I want to pick movies that you and I haven't seen already.
Well, it's easy for me. I haven't seen like half the movies in the world.
Exactly, same. So I'm picking movies we both have fresh eyes experience. Have honest opinions like this dumb movie.
You don't need to pick movies that I haven't seen because, like, there's so many movies that it's easy. You can pick movies that I think. So I'm not going to pick the ones that I've really seen. Yeah,
the ones I zoned out halfway through what we were just saying. You're not pick the movies.
Like I'm not like all my picks so far have been movies I haven't seen too.
Yeah. So
it's not like I'm going out of my way and picking things from my nostalgia. No, I'm pretty much doing that for my theme, but
of course,
but that's because it's a theme month.
Yeah, I'm sticking to my theme right now.
I think
the first one
you don't need to pick movies that I haven't seen. If I've seen it, and it's on your list, it's still worth picking if it's good. If I tell you it's good,
yeah, it's just so many movies I have to get to. Like there's just not enough time.
Well, in any case, they're all better than Cooties.
Yeah. Yeah, Cooties is 2 thumbs down. No, that's not our thing.
Nope.
I gave it a 2. You gave it a 2. Our future reviews might change
because it's a number 2.
And all that. Well, on that note, let's get 2 out of here too. 2.
Just stop.